Should we begin? Okay, chalo. Let us move ahead then. Someone is asking about galvanometer. Beta, that is covered in magnetism and matter. That is the chapter after this. Magnetism and matter is the name of the chapter in which we cover moving coil galvanometer, electromagnets, permanent magnets, Earth's magnetism. All this is covered in the chapter after this. Okay, so it is not like we have skipped anything. It is just that it is in the chapter after this. Okay, all good, Anish? Anish ji, good evening, Tisha. No response from Mr. Anish. Chalo, let us start then. So we'll have a quick recap of the previous session. We have studied about Faraday's law. What is Faraday's law? If magnetic flux associated with a coil or any conducting loop changes with time, where we know what is flux, your magnetic flux is simply given by B dot A. So if magnetic flux is changing with respect to time, an EMF is induced in the loop, okay, to oppose this change. Now this minus sign basically signifies what? Lenz law. Do you remember Lenz law? Yes. If magnetic flux through a loop is increasing, the induced current is such that it tries to decrease it. If magnetic flux through a loop is decreasing, the induced current is such that it tries to increase it. Basically, you have to do opposite. That was our Lenz law. And finally, we studied about the motional EMF. If any rod of length L is moving with velocity v in a magnetic field B, then the EMF across the ends of the rod is simply given by BVL, where B, V and L should be perpendicular to each other. So any doubts in the recap, please feel free to ask. Any doubts in the recap? Good evening, Ria. B, V and L should be perpendicular to each other. I hope you remember it. All good? Good evening, Sharon. Chalo, then let us take a quiz on it if everything is clear. Okay, so to induced EMF in a coil, the linking flux must. So basically they are asking you that if you have a coil and there is some magnetic flux through the coil, then in order to generate EMF in that coil, basically to generate current in that coil, what should happen? Should the flux decrease? It must remain same. It can either increase or decrease. These are the options. Please read the options carefully. I'll give you 20 seconds to read the options. Okay, chalo. Let us start marking our answer. You have 45 seconds. Your time starts now. So Sherdil, then Jagruti, then Shaina, Kishan, Suraj, Krishna, Sharon, Yuvraj, Asta and Anish are correct. 84%, great. So basically we know EMF is d phi by dt. So flux should change. It can either increase or decrease, but it should keep on changing. Then an induced current will be produced in the loop. Any doubts in this? Please let me know. Yeah, it is possible, Sanjana. It is possible. It happens sometimes. Sometimes question get repeated. Chalo. Yes, very good, Harsh. That is the topic we have to start. Okay, so the next topic that we have to study today is called inductance. Okay, now why are we studying inductance? Okay, so you have studied about various electrical instruments. Okay, I am sure everyone has heard about a resistor. Do you know what is a resistor? A resistor is basically a resistance in electrical circuit which basically generates heat. Am I correct? The heat generated in resistor is I square R. We have studied this in current electricity. Okay. Yeah. So resistor is basically what? A device that generates heat. Yes, opposing the current. Very good. You have also studied a term called capacitor and another electrical instrument which is called capacitor. Can you tell me what is a capacitor? Capacitor is an electrical instrument that is used to store electrical energy. Am I correct? Capacitor is a device which is used to store electrical energy by storing charges in it. है कि नहीं? Very good. Because I am going to write something, Gautam. That is why there is a blank screen. Yes, in form of electric field. Absolutely correct, Harsh. So now third type of electrical instrument you are going to study, which is called inductor. Which is called inductor, and symbol we use is L. Now the inductor looks like this. Okay. Like a spring. Like resistor is zigzag, capacitor is two plates, and inductor is something like this. Okay. Again, someone has a doubt. Paramagnetic, diamagnetic topic, when will you teach? That is a different chapter called magnetism and matter. So you are asking the question in the wrong chapter. That is the chapter after this. Okay. Yes, absolutely. It's a coil of wire. So let me say its inductance is L. So what is the use of an inductor? So like capacitor is a device that is used to store electrical energy. Simply remember inductor is a device. Inductor is a device used to store magnetic energy. It is a device which is used to store magnetic energy. Okay, so every electrical instrument has a different purpose. Like resistor can generate heat, a capacitor can store electrical energy with the help of electric field, and an inductor can store magnetic energy with the help of magnetic field. With the help of magnetic field. So I hope the purpose is clear. Okay. No, this is the first topic, Ankit, that is I have started. Okay. So this is the purpose of a inductor. Okay. Now let us see how do you measure the inductance of an inductor. Can you understand what is the inductance? Capacitance was the capacity of a capacitor to store charge. Similarly, inductance is the capacity of the inductor to store magnetic energy. Am I correct? So let us study about the inductance of an inductor. Inductance of an inductor, which is basically L. So let me say that I have a coil and it is carrying some current I like this. Okay. And let me say radius of the coil is R. And number of turns in the coil are N. Can you tell me, is this coil creating any magnetic field or not? Is this coil creating any magnetic field? Can you tell me the direction of that? Very good, Harsh. You answered before I asked. So can you tell me the direction of that magnetic field? Right hand rule, just rotate the hand, the thumb is coming out. So it is generating a magnetic field out of the plane. Great. Great. Now if I say the current starts changing, the current starts changing. So will the magnetic field generated by this loop start changing? If the current starts changing in this loop, the magnetic field generated by this loop will also start changing. Now, the magnetic field due to this loop is obviously cutting this loop. So there is flux of magnetic field. So if you change the current, the flux, the magnetic flux starts changing. Can I write this? Obviously, because magnetic current will change, magnetic field will change, which will change the magnetic flux. Now, what is Lenz's law? What is Lenz's law? Whenever there is change in flux of a conducting loop, an EMF is generated in the loop. Am I correct? An EMF is generated in the loop. So if I write the flux first of all, what can I write? I can say that EMF is generated in the loop. EMF is generated in the loop to oppose the flux, to oppose the flux change. So this is basically Lenz's law only, and I'm sure you are all okay with it. So what is happening? I will summarize once again. You have a conducting loop. Some current is flowing into the loop. Suddenly, the current value starts changing. So the magnetic field generated by that loop also starts changing. If magnetic field generated by that loop is changing, then magnetic flux through that loop is changing. And according to Lenz's law, whenever there is change in the magnetic flux of a loop, an EMF is generated in the loop. So now we have to calculate how much EMF will be generated. So I'm adding another slide. Yeah, Rahul, it is exclusively for boards. Okay. So as I just told you, say this is your coil and a current is flowing through it, which is changing. So can I say that flux through the loop is proportional to current? Can I say that? No, this cannot release energy instantaneously, Shaina, not like capacitor. Okay. Can I say that flux is proportional to current? Higher will be the value of current, higher will be the value of magnetic field, and higher will be the value of flux. So when you remove this proportionality constant, you bring a constant called L. And phi is called Li. Here L is called the inductance of the coil. And rather we say it self-inductance. Can you tell me why I'm using self? Why I'm writing self-inductance? Because it is opposing the change in flux due to its own current change. The current changed in itself, and that is opposed by the induced EMF. Are you getting my point? So खुद के अंदर करंट चेंज होने की वजह से खुद ही को अपोज करने लग जाना is called self inductance. Okay, so this is the formula that you must remember, a very important formula. Phi is equal to Li. So I can say inductance is phi by I. Now if I ask you, is the self inductance dependent on flux? Please say yes or no. Is the self inductance dependent on flux? Yeah, Arya. So many people are saying yes. So I will like to refresh your memory. Capacitance का formula था Q by V. Is the capacitance dependent on charge? Just revise. Is the capacitance dependent on charge? Similar formula is resistance is V by I. Is the resistance dependent on voltage? Is the resistance dependent on voltage? No, these are all the formulas to confuse you. Resistance depends on length, area, and such things. Similarly, capacitance depends on the shape and size of the object. So please remember, I am writing it down also, which is very, very important. Basically, if flux increases, current also increases. So they will cancel out each other. See, phi is proportional to I. And this is a constant for a coil. L is a constant for a coil. So please remember, inductance is independent of flux and current through it. So on what factors will it depend? On what factors does it depend? It depends on the shape and size of the material. And also things like number of turns, okay, and so on. Like more is the number of turns, more will be the flux, more will be the inductance. Please remember that. Yes, Yuvraj. Same as capacitance. Okay, now let me go back. I just told you that due to change in the current, an EMF will be generated. So I want to know how much EMF will be generated in an inductor. Okay, this is the theoretical part. Now we are going to study EMF generated in an inductor. I would like to tell everyone one thing. Please wait for me. आगे जाओ, पीछे जाओ, last slide, previous slide, that we will do, but after I complete the explaining part. Please do not disturb the class in between. I always give you time. I always ask you if you have any doubts. Please be patient. Okay. So as I was saying, how much EMF will be generated in the inductor? So let us say you have an inductor. I am using the symbol L and some current is flowing through it, I. And current is changing. Obviously, current should change. Current is changing at rate di by dt. So current is changing with respect to time at the rate of di by dt, and current is flowing like this. So as we know, what is phi? Phi is equal to Li. And as per Faraday's law, what is the induced EMF? Can you tell me? Everyone, what is the induced EMF? Yes, it is minus d phi by dt. So I can write minus d by dt. The value of phi is Li. Now L is constant, as I just told you. L is a constant for a coil. So it can come out of the differentiation, and EMF you're going to get is minus L di by dt. This is the formula that you should remember. If current through an inductor is changing with this rate, the EMF induced in the inductor is in such a way, minus L di by dt. What is the minus sign showing? What is the minus sign showing? Minus sign is telling you opposing change in current. If current is increasing in the inductor, it will try to decrease it. If current is decreasing in the inductor, it will try to increase it. Now start asking your doubts, and please guide me. I have to go to which slide, okay? Now is the time to ask your doubts. अरे आप पूछिए. Okay, previous slide. Yes, Anirudh. This one or before this? Replay. Okay, I'll talk to the academic team. Sir, once repeat self-inductance. Okay, Likita. So let us understand what is self-inductance. I will basically, does it have a practical application? Yes, it has a practical application. It is used in various electrical instruments to store magnetic energy, as I just told you. Okay. Okay. So let us quickly revise. Okay. What is self-inductance? Basically, if you have a coil and current through that conducting coil is changing with respect to time, the flux due to that current is changing. So in order to oppose that change, an EMF is generated in that coil itself, and this is called self-inductance. Self-inductance, to induce a EMF due to change in current in self. Due to its own change in current, EMF is generated inside it. Okay. Then we simply calculated that phi is proportional to Li, or phi is equal to Li. I used the Faraday law and I calculated how much EMF will be generated in the inductor. Is that clear, Likita? Okay, so since I'm not getting any doubts, it is not completed yet. Main thing is remaining yet. The main thing is yet remaining. So the main thing is the inductor behaves like a battery. The inductor behaves like a battery because just now you have calculated a EMF equal to minus L di by dt is generated in it. Now how it will behave like a battery? So let me give you a very simple example. Let me say this is a branch and there is an inductor in it. Okay. And current is flowing like this. And I say that current is increasing. Current is increasing. Now I have to create a battery. Obviously, I know the inductor will behave like a battery of EMF L di by dt. This is the magnitude only of EMF L di by dt. Now I can make the battery like this, or I can make the battery like this. If the current is increasing and I am calling this battery A, I am calling this battery B, can you tell me which diagram of the battery is correct? A or B? Is the A diagram correct or B diagram correct? Please remember, you have to use the minus sign. Minus sign is basically telling you it tries to oppose the change. Okay, so mixed answers I am getting. Mixed answers I am getting. Okay, the answer is A. Why? Because if it is behaving like this, it will try to create its own current like this. So it will be opposing it. If I make the battery like B, it will in a way support it, same direction, it will support it. So this is the correct answer and this is the wrong approach. So that is the use of minus sign. Now do you understand? This is the use of minus sign. I'll give you one more example so that it becomes perfectly clear. Let me give you one more example. Okay, so let me say I have an inductor like this and current is flowing through it like this and current is decreasing. Let me say current is decreasing. Okay. Can you tell me which battery will be the correct battery? So this is the battery I'm making A and this is the battery I'm making B. So which battery is correct, A or B? Vijendra, have patience. You have a little bit of problem with patience, I have seen. You don't focus on what I'm explaining. Rather, you focus on what I should explain. according to you? You should believe in me a little bit. I know what I'm doing. A and B, still people are answering A and B. Arey, current is decreasing. Guys, current is decreasing. Krishna has gone mad. Great. Yes, Nishant. Okay, so the correct answer for this is A. And the wrong answer for this is B. This is correct and this is wrong. Okay. Why? Because current is towards left and it is decreasing. You want to increase the current towards left. That can only happen if you make a battery like this. If you make a battery like this, it will further decrease the current. So according to Lenz's law, you should support it this time. Okay. Is that clear to everyone? Please focus everyone. Please focus here. बताइए, कोई दुख, कोई कष्ट, कोई समस्या? All good? Chalo. Now let us listen to Vijendra also. Vijendra was very much. But sir, current तो positive direction से निकलता है. तो Shirin, I have drawn from positive only ना. मैंने positive से ही तो draw किया है बेटा. आप समझ नहीं रहे हो. करंट लेफ्ट में डिक्रीज हो रहा है, सो यू हैव टू जनरेट द करंट इन लेफ्ट ओनली. आपको करंट लेफ्ट में ही पैदा करना होगा, तभी तो वो बढ़ेगा. अगर घट रहा है तो बढ़ाना है, बढ़ रहा है तो घटाना है, उल्टा काम करना होता है. ओके, ग्रेट शिरिन एंड सूरज, दिस इज योर प्रीवियस स्लाइड. चलो विजेंद्र जी के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से एक न्यूमेरिकल भी देख लेते हैं. So an inductor of inductance L is equal to 5 millihenry. Okay, stop commenting everyone. An inductor of inductance L is equal to 5 millihenry. Okay, I forgot to tell you this unit of inductance. Okay, so the unit for this inductance is taken as Henry. Okay. Henry is the unit that we use of inductance. Like Farad is for capacitance. Okay, so 5 millihenry you have an inductor. The current is increasing. The current is increasing at 2 ampere per second. Find the induced EMF in the inductor. Okay, so a very, very simple question. I'll quickly do it. The induced EMF formula, magnitude only I want, di by dt. So inductance is 5 millihenry, so 5 into 10 to the power minus 3 into di by dt is 2 ampere per second. So it becomes 10 raised to power minus 2 volt, and that is your answer. Any doubts in this? Please let me know. Any doubts? कोई दुख, कोई दर्द किसी को? All good? A simple formula we have just now used. Wow, writing in Hindi also. Yes, this type of question can obviously be asked. They can also give you a diagram and ask you which battery is correct. Sir, formula याद कैसे करें? अब ऋग्वेद, there is no correct answer to it. रोज पढ़ो, एक कॉपी बना लो, write all the formulas in that, look at it daily. कोई भी चीज कैसे याद करते हैं? Depends to person. कोई लिख लिख के याद करता है, कोई बोल बोल के याद करता है. Okay. What is the value of 1 Henry? It is 1 Weber per ampere. Vijendra ji, 1 Henry is 1 Weber per ampere. No, there's no need to put negative sign if a question like this is asked. Negative sign is only there to explain to you that how it opposes the change in current. फिजिक्स टीचर का नाम था हेनरी, उनने इन्वेंट कर दिया होगा मे बी. ओके चलो, एक कार्टून था हेनरी. ओसवर्ल्ड तो मैंने देखा है, ओसवर्ल्ड में एक पेंगुइन का नाम था हेनरी. यस, ओसवर्ल्ड देयर वाज अ पेंगुइन. डेजी अ फ्लावर वाज आल्सो देयर विद ओसवर्ल्ड, है कि नहीं? हिंदी में आता था वो, कॉफी के साथ 2 मार्शमेलो, ना कम ना ज्यादा. आई हैव नेवर सीन सच अ सोफिस्टिकेटेड ऑक्टोपस. इतना इतना बड़ा मुंह. लाइक आई कैन ड्रॉ हिम, आई थिंक. So like this, and a little bit of cap, है ना? Something like this. And he used to have a weenie. Weenie, I think, was the name. A weird looking dog. This is very, very wrong that I made. It is not like that. Childhood memories. So I'm not that old also. Okay, great. Chal. Okay, so अरे लड्डू नहीं कृष्णा जी, ऐसे ही दिखता था वो. एग्जैक्टली ऐसे ही दिखता था. और वो हर चीज पे टोपी उठा के. आई अपोलोजाइज, आई अपोलोजाइज. इतना हद, मतलब ओवर एक्टिंग. मुझे लगता था बस कर भाई, इतना इतना सीधा कोई नहीं होता. ओके. चौकीदार था? आई डोंट नो दैट, मुझे नहीं पता था भाई. चौकीदार तो नहीं था शायद. Naganath. Okay, Naganath, have a little bit of patience, beta. We'll have a quiz, but before that, we have to study a little bit more topics. So what is the energy stored? As I told you, an inductor is a device that is used to store magnetic energy. So please remember everyone, if you have an inductor of inductance L, current I is flowing through it, the magnetic energy stored in the inductor, the magnetic energy stored in the inductor which we generally represent by U is simply given by half Li square. This is similar to the formula of capacitance. In capacitor, it was half CV square because their potential was important. Here it is half Li square. Please note down everyone. Magnetic field help of this. It is basically energy in the form of magnetic field. Smart girl. Okay, so I hope you have copied it. It is my duty to give you one example, otherwise people might get angry. So we have an inductor, a small inductor of inductance 2 millihenry, a different Henry. And let me say current is flowing 5 ampere. So how much energy is stored? I have to calculate that. A very simple question. I'll do it very, very easily. So energy stored will be half Li square. Half, please always remember to convert milli into SI unit. So 2 into milli into current is 5 ampere, 5 square. So you are going to get 25 into 10 is to power minus 3 joule or 25 millijoule. Any doubts? I don't think there should be any doubts. I don't know why, but that image of Oswald is now stuck in my head. All I can think about is him. A round octopus. I think I'll watch it a little bit on YouTube. देखना पड़ेगा थोड़ा. एंग्री प्रश देखा है. एंग्री प्रश नहीं, मैं ये सब नए वाले कार्टून्स नहीं देखे हैं. आई हैव ओनली सीन ओल्ड कार्टून्स लाइक बॉब द बिल्डर. कुछ करके दिखाएंगे. एंड दिस Noddy, he used to come and he used to have a bell on his head that used to ring all the time. Ben 10, yes, I was mad about Ben 10. I had a poster of Ben 10. I had a dustbin of Ben 10. Everything was of Ben 10. Chota Bheem is after I became Bada. So I have not seen Chota Bheem. Shinchan is great, really OP. चलो. Let's not get distracted. Yes, Power Rangers. SPD. Power Rangers SPD, I think. Okay. So now the next thing that you have to remember is, please everyone focus. I'll give you a break. You can talk to each other in that time, but please let me finish this. So what is the self-inductance of a long solenoid? So let me say that we have a long solenoid like this. I hope you remember solenoid. And there are many coils in a solenoid because wire is wound on it. Okay. So let us say current I is flowing through it and the length of the solenoid is L. Area of the solenoid, cross-sectional area, is, let me say, A. So I need to calculate what will be the self-inductance of a solenoid. As I told you, self-inductance only depends on shape, size, and number of turns, such things. Okay. If you look from here, this is your I. If you look from this side, what will you see? You will see something like this. Am I correct? And the current would be flowing in one direction, like this. Now there is obviously magnetic field inside the solenoid. We all know this. I am going to turn on the chat and ask how much is the magnetic field inside the solenoid. Let me see who can answer the fastest. What is the magnetic field inside the solenoid? अरे क्या बात है मनीषा. Very good. Very good. It is mu naught Ni. What is small n? Small n is a number of turns per unit length. Number of turns per unit length. Very good. So I calculate the total flux through solenoid. How much will be the total flux? Okay. Can you tell me flux through one loop? Flux is B dot A. Am I correct? Flux is B dot A. So flux through one loop like this will be, magnetic field is mu naught Ni into area of cross section is A. So this is flux through one loop. Now how many total loops are there? Can anyone tell me? How many total loops are there? In the whole solenoid, how many total loops? Very good, Sherdil. Very good, Sherdil. Number of turns, beta. This is per unit length and total length is L. So I can write NL. Array, please try to understand. Number of turns per unit length is small n and total length is L. So total turns are N into L. Now this is your total flux. Now flux is equal to Li. Am I correct? I will get cancelled out and L you will get is mu naught N square AL. This is the formula for self-inductance of a solenoid. Now look at it carefully. Does it depend on the current? Is it depending on the current? No, it depends on number of turns, it depends on the area of the solenoid, and it depends on the length of the solenoid. Please note down the formula, it is very, very important. So can you tell me what will happen if I double the number of turns? If I double the number of turns, inductance will become how many times? Very good, Shirdev. If I double the number of turns, Aditya, double the number of turns per unit length. If n is doubled, L will become 4 times. Choka times. Very good. So this is the formula that we remember, and this is kind of a derivation, which is not basically a derivation, it's simple expression. Okay. Any doubts? कोई दुख, कोई कष्ट, कोई समस्या? बेझिझक पूछिए. Because we are going to start a quiz. आज हमारे केमिस्ट्री वाले सर का फेयरवेल है. फेयरवेल मीन्स इज ही लीविंग? Repeat. Ankit ji saying repeat. Ankit ji, I cannot repeat like this. I need to talk to you and understand what is your doubt. New sir is coming. Okay. I don't know why Ankit is saying repeat. One more time, magnetic flux formula written. What? Total flux. Okay. चलो repeat कर देते हैं. I'm in a good mood. I will repeat it. So beta, magnetic flux through the coil is mu naught Ni. So magnetic flux of one loop. Magnetic flux of one loop. The formula is B dot A. Now B is mu naught Ni and area is A. So this is the flux through one loop. So this is the flux through one loop. Now number of turns per unit length, basically number of loops per unit length is small n and total length is L. So total number of turns is n into L. There you equate it to Li, I get cancelled out and you get the expression for L. Is this clear now? I hope it is clear. Who was that person? Ankit, you asked, is this clear for you? No response. Ankit ji. $70 years. Wow. Yeah, it can be any direction. I just draw it just to explain. Okay. Now, where is this Ankit? He asked me to repeat it and still you're not even saying whether you got it or not. This is kind of rude. You just told me to repeat it. I just repeated it. Okay. Chalo. Koi baat nahi beta. So here is the quiz in front of you. Self induction of a solenoid is. Please read the options carefully. I'll give you 30 seconds to read and then we will vote. Okay, that's enough time. Start marking your answer. Your time starts now. Kishan, Yuvraj, Sherdil, Anish, Tarun, Nagnath, Harshul, Laksh, and Mansi. 70%. Awesome. So the formula for self-inductance of a long solenoid is mu naught n square Al. So it is directly proportional to the area of cross section. That is option number C. Any dukh, any doubt, any kust, please ask. Anything? Nothing, all good. Next question. Sir, isn't L inversely proportional to length? अरे बेटा inversely कैसे हुआ? It is directly. How it is inversely? See, L is directly proportional to length also. L is directly proportional to n square also. This is called directly proportional. Inversely is 1 upon. 1 upon कहाँ है? अरे कहाँ है लेंथ के इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल? व्हाट आर यू टॉकिंग अबाउट कृष्णा? ओके चलो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. So a coil of inductance L is carrying a steady current I. What is the nature of its stored energy? What kind of energy is stored in the inductor? Please read the options. I'll give you 20 seconds. Okay, 45 seconds. Please mark your answer now. So Sherdil, Mayank, Gautam, Nagnath, Shirin, Yuvraj, and Sarvesh are correct. Only 66%. Arey, I told you also. The energy stored is half Li square, and the energy is in magnetic form. Magnetic energy is stored. I told you capacitor stores electrical energy, inductor stores magnetic energy. Any doubts? Any doubts in this? Please let me know. बोलिए बोलिए बताइए. How can so many people be wrong? Manisha ji wants to get unmuted. Yes. Mohammed, that is software. I don't know how names come. Whatever names I get, I read them out loud. So your name will come, but you have to answer very, very fast. Is there any device which stores both electrical and magnetic nature of energy? No, Samanvita, generally don't. There is no such a device. In our syllabus, we don't have it. Okay. Yes, Manisha. ऐसा आपसे किसने कहा? जहां पे मैग्नेटिक फील्ड समय के साथ बदल रहा होता है वहां पे इंड्यूस्ड इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड होता है. कांस्टेंट मैग्नेटिक फील्ड में नहीं होता. ओके यहाँ पे लिखा है ना बेटा करंट कांस्टेंट है. अगर करंट कांस्टेंट है तो मैग्नेटिक फील्ड कांस्टेंट है. म्यू नॉट एन आई है कि नहीं? हाँ पर वो एनर्जी स्टोर नहीं कर पाता उस समय पे. वो फ्रैक्शन ऑफ सेकेंड्स के लिए होता है. मैंने जब आपको लिखाया है तो आप प्लीज उस बात को मान लिया करो। इंडक्टर का पर्पस सिर्फ मैग्नेटिक एनर्जी स्टोर करना है, कैपेसिटर का इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी स्टोर करना है। डिफरेंट डिफरेंट पर्पस। ओके। हाँ, पर वो आप ये मान सकते हो कि इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंड्यूस हो जाती है इफ द मैग्नेटिक फील्ड इज चेंजिंग विद रिस्पेक्ट टू टाइम। दैट यू कैन रिमेंबर। ओके, फाइन। विजेंद्र जी को भी एक डाउट है। यस विजेंद्र। हेलो। 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 नहीं सुन पा रहे हैं भाई। क्वेश्चन सर प्लीज। अरे तुमको अपना डाउट पूछो ना कृष्णा, दूसरे के डाउट से क्या करना होता है? मतलब मैं कितना रिपीट करूं? हाउ मच शुड आई रिपीट? आई शुड रिपीट व्हाट आई एम टीचिंग ऑल्सो, आई शुड रिपीट व्हाट अदर पीपल आर आस्किंग ऑल्सो। मैं तो जीवन ही रिपीट कर करके निकल जाएगा महाराज। आप अपना डाउट पूछिए, आस्क योर डाउट। यस विजेंद्र। अरे इट इज नॉट वर्किंग बेटा, आपको आवाज नहीं आ रही क्या? हेलो। अच्छा, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन बोले क्या? तो तुम सही कह रहे हो। अरे यार क्या। हेलो। बोलो भाई, डाउट बोलो। अरे क्यों हो सकता है? क्यों हो सकता है? कैसे हो सकता है? कैसे हो सकता है? नहीं नहीं, कैसे? एक सेकंड रुक जाओ जरा, रुक जाओ जरा। वेट फॉर अ सेकंड। ये क्या लिखा है मैंने? ये क्या लिखा है मैंने भाई? नहीं 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 भाई, स्लाइड चेंज नहीं हुई क्या आपकी? हाँ पढ़ना जरा बेटा, क्या लिखा है? पहली लाइन पढ़ना। आप बोलो बेटा। तो मतलब मैं, एम आई स्टूपिड और समथिंग? व्हेन आई टोल्ड यू दिस लाइन, डोंट यू बिलीव इट? आपको विश्वास नहीं हुआ? यू डोंट बिलीव मी? मैं झूठ बोल रहा था ना? मैं झूठ बोल रहा था। नहीं नहीं, मैं झूठ बोलता हूँ यार। आई लाई ऑल द टाइम। आई कम टू क्लास एंड आई मेक फूल ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स। मैं उन्हें कुछ भी बोल देता हूँ। जब मैंने एक चीज लिख दी है, स्टिल पीपल आर आस्किंग, अरे सी भी तो हो सकता है, अरे बी भी तो हो सकता है। क्यों हो सकता है भाई? लिख दिया ना। लाइक मैं 2011 से पढ़ रहा हूँ ये चीज मेरे भाई, जब मैं खुद पढ़ता था। और पढ़ा पढ़ा के 2020 आ गया है। अगर होता तो मैं बता देता। समझ आ रही है ना? अरे सॉरी की बात नहीं है, एटलीस्ट बिलीव मी, बिलीव तो करो मुझे। नो वन इज बिलीविंग मी लाइक। मेरे को मजा थोड़ी आता है आप लोगों को गलत चीज थोड़ी बताऊंगा मैं। इफ आई एम हियर आई वांट टू टीच यू द करेक्ट थिंग्स ओनली ना। मेरे को कोई पैसे थोड़ी मिलेंगे इफ आई हाइड इट। अरे नहीं, मैग्नेटिक होती है बताता हूँ और इलेक्ट्रिक वाली बात छुपा लेता हूँ। ऐसा क्यों? ऐसा क्यों करूंगा? इलेक्ट्रिक वाले मुझे पैसा देंगे क्या भाई? कि नहीं, मेरी दुश्मनी है इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड से, उसका नाम नहीं बताऊंगा मैं। कम ऑन यार, आई कॉमेडी डाउट्स पीपल आर आस्किंग। चलो, दिस क्वेश्चन कैन एटलीस्ट बी करेक्ट। या इट्स नाइस फाइन इफ दे आर प्लेइंग विद मी। थोड़ा मूड लाइट ही हो जाता है। डोंट वरी अबाउट इट। आई डोंट टेक इट टू द हार्ट। चलो, सो एवरेज एनर्जी इन अ प्योर इंडक्टर, inductance is L, current is I, what is the energy stored? अब देखना कितने लोग सही कर पाते हैं, पूरी जनता ही गलत कर देगी आई थिंक। What is the energy stored? Read the options carefully. I will give you 30 seconds to read the options. Okay. Okay, chalo. Start marking your answer. Your time starts now. Okay, Yuvraj, sorry, Sherdil, Yuvraj, Sharon, Khushi, Gautam, Kishan, Nagnath, Laksh, Anish. 65% did it. Come on, man. It is half Li square. I don't know what else can I do. Any doubts? कोई दुख, दर्द या समस्या? Any doubts? Please ask. I every time predict 100% Gautam. I have stopped predicting now. It will never happen. Then D is a great batch. They must be teaching something very awesome. I don't know how it happens. It never happens in my batch. मेरे हिसाब से मैं पढ़ा ही नहीं पाता. Okay. मैं ही पढ़ाता हूँ. हाँ, बात सही है. I don't know the batch name. मेरे बैच में हुआ है पर दूसरे बैच में हुआ है. सर मैं 1% एक्सेप्ट. चलो चलो कोई बात नहीं. चलो, डू वी नीड अ ब्रेक? ब्रेक की जरूरत है क्या? जस्ट लेट मी नो. डू वी नीड अ ब्रेक? यस और नो? प्लीज मार्क योर आंसर. नो, ऑन दिस स्लाइड वी कैन नॉट मार्क. प्लीज मार्क योर आंसर यस और नो फॉर ब्रेक. हाँ, एक टॉपिक बचा हुआ है. वी हैव टू डू दैट. प्लीज मार्क यस और नो फॉर द ब्रेक. Wow. Wow, I'm really impressed by this. Wow. Awesome. Okay, so no wins. So we are not going to take a break. And let us move on to the next topic, which is mutual induction. Okay. आइए शुरू करें. माइनॉरिटीज मेजॉरिटी. ओके, चलो कोई बात नहीं. म्यूचुअल इंडक्शन. Let us see what is mutual induction. Okay, so what was self-inductance? When current in a coil changes, its own flux changes and it tries to oppose the change in its own flux. Now, what is mutual inductance? Mutual inductance is when you have two coils, okay, and current is flowing in one. So obviously this coil will be generating some magnetic field, and this magnetic field will be passing through the second coil. Am I correct? So flux is proportional to current. We write this again, but here I am taking flux in coil 2. Flux in coil 2 due to current in coil 1. current in coil 1. इससे पहले क्या था? What was before this? Due to own current change, EMF was generating. I can't even write the spelling right now. It's correct, I think. Yes. Are you getting the difference? दोनों में difference क्या है? Earlier, its own flux was changing due to change in its own current. Now current is changing in one coil and it is changing the flux through the other coil. Are you getting my point? So what do? We remove the proportionality constant and we get Mi. Like L was self-inductance, M is called mutual inductance. Mutual inductance. Same unit, our famous Henry. Okay. So again, you are going to get mutual inductance is phi by I. So if I ask you once again, is mutual inductance dependent on flux? Is mutual inductance dependent on flux and current? No. So it depends on shape, size, and geometrical orientation. One more term is coming here of coils. Obviously, it depends on number of turns. Number of turns also it will depend. Array, sir, what is induction? Wow. क्या बात है, क्या बात है, क्या बात. Now only I joined. Array, I understand, Jai Krish, that you have joined now, but I have been teaching for 1 hour and 10 minutes. So I have taught for 70 minutes, 70. Okay. And you are asking me what is inductance. So can I repeat the whole 70 minutes? No, I cannot. So lecture will be recorded and you can watch the recorded lecture. I know it is not your fault, but it is not my fault also, no? Obviously. I was shocked so much. I thought, what should I do? Like, okay. Okay. So what I was saying, mutual inductance depends on the geometrical orientation of the coils. What does that mean? If the coils are very, very close to each other, अरे कोई बात नहीं. Okay. So if the coils are very, very close to each other, more flux linkage will be there. If coils are very, very away from each other, less flux linkage will be there. So that is the term geometrical orientation. Okay. Any doubts in mutual inductance? Any doubts in mutual inductance? Yes, I was thinking the same thing. No, it's not his fault. It was the timing actually. His timing was so good. Like, obviously, he did not know that we've been studying the whole time the same thing. Okay. Flux linkage. Beta, linking of flux. Flux from one coil to other coil. Okay. If flux is going from one coil to other coil, it is called flux linkage. So if the coils are very, very close, flux can pass easily. If coils are very, very far, flux will not be able to pass that easily. Okay. Oh, I have not laughed like that in so much times. So thank you. What was the name? Jai Kirish. I really thank you because I really feel good. I have not laughed like this in so much time. Okay. So, chalo. Is this clear to everyone? Mutual inductance. It is similar to self-inductance. The only difference is that it is not working for me when I did at home with coil. What is not working? Okay, ask your doubts at the end of the class. Whatever you tried at home, ask your doubts at the end of a class. Okay. Utkarsh has opened the NCRT and he is going line by line and telling us the headings. Okay, so this is mutual inductance. I hope the meaning is clear to you. Okay. Now let us see mutual inductance of two long solenoids. Mutual inductance of two long solenoids. Tong लिख रहा हूँ. Two long solenoids. So it's very easy. Let us see how. So let's say you have a big inductor, big solenoid like this. And inside it you have placed a very small solenoid like this. Okay. Like this. There will be turns in the outer solenoid also. Okay, like this. Now area of this outer solenoid, let me say, is A1. Area of cross section for the inner solenoid, let me say, is A2. If L2 is the length of inner solenoid, L1 is the length of the outer solenoid, N1 is the number of turns per unit length, number of turns per unit length in the outer solenoid, N2 is the number of turns per unit length in the inner solenoid. So we have to calculate their mutual inductance. How can we calculate? If I take the current I in the outer solenoid, a magnetic field will be generated in it. Can anyone tell me how much will be the magnetic field generated? Can anyone tell me how much will be the magnetic field generated due to the outer solenoid? Wow. It will be mu naught. Number of turns is N1 into I. Is that clear? N1, outer solenoid, number of turns is N1. So mu naught N1 I. Okay. Now I have to calculate flux through inner solenoid. If you have taken the current in outer solenoid, I have to calculate flux through inner solenoid. Okay, so flux through inner solenoid. Flux through inner solenoid. How much will be the flux? So flux will be, how many turns are there in the inner solenoid? Number of turns in the inner solenoid are N2 into L2. And flux through one turn is B into A. Now B is mu naught N1 I. And area of which one you will take? You will take the area of smaller, A2. Now this should be equal to Mi, I will get cancelled out, and M you will get mu naught N1, N2, A2 into L2. This is the formula for mutual inductance of the long solenoids, two long solenoids. Okay. So it basically depends on the product of number of turns. M is the mutual inductance. Okay. Please note down everyone. सभी लोग छाप लीजिए. Copy it. It's a very simple thing. I take the current in one solenoid, then I write the magnetic field, and I write the flux through other solenoid. Anirudh, your microphone is not working. I'm sorry. Please change your microphone and try again. Okay. Cleared this doubt after 3 months. अरे आसानी सी बात है. You have to take what? Beta, M is constant mutual inductance like self-inductance. Why not A1? Because I am writing flux through the inner solenoid. अंदर वाले solenoid से flux लिखना है. You have to write the flux through inner solenoid and area of inner solenoid is A2. So obviously I will take A2. Can you please repeat the formula? Yes, mu naught N1 into A2 L2. I just repeated the formula. Okay. Any more doubts? बताइए. After this we'll move on to the most useless topic, least important. क्योंकि आपको कुछ तो आना चाहिए ना कृष्णा, that is why you are studying it. Like, can you explain it again, please? Of course I can. I don't want to, but I can. And I will have to, as far as I know. I don't have any other choice. Yes, it is break for everyone. Please take a break because I will be explaining the same thing again. So it is kind of a break only. So we have outer solenoid. Please bear with me because I am repeating only for the person who has just asked. Okay, N1 is the number of turns, L1 is the length, and A1 is the area of cross section. Ria, I have to repeat it. Are you not? Did you not listen? I have to repeat it. Okay. So magnetic field will be generated. Now, whoever asked the doubt, Priyanshu, please answer. What will be the value of magnetic field? Quickly. If you want me to repeat it, you have to help me. Chalo. Mu naught N1, if I current is flowing in it, I. This will be the value of magnetic field in it. Is that clear? Mu naught N1 I. Mu naught N1 I. Now I am placing a small solenoid inside it. So you have placed a small solenoid. Area of that solenoid is A2. Length of that solenoid is L2. And number of turns in that solenoid are N2. And obviously it is placed inside it. So magnetic field is going like this. So what will be the flux through this? Flux through this will be B dot A. Now B is mu naught N1I. Let me write it here. Flux will be mu naught N1I into area of cross section, which is A2, into total number of turns, which is N2 L2. And this should be equal to Mi. I gets cancelled out and you get the value of M. So I have repeated it. I hope it is clear now. Whoever was asking for it. Okay, so next thing and the final thing, which is a very small thing, which is called AC generator. Now what is AC? AC is alternating current, not that AC. Alternating current. Now what is alternating current? If a current changes its direction after a fixed period, it is called alternating current. Okay. So basically what do you have? You have a device in which if a coil is rotated continuously, it generates alternating current. Alternating current, what is alternating current? A current that changes its direction periodically. Okay. So the phenomena of electromagnetic induction has been technologically exploited in many ways. An exceptionally important application is the generation of alternating current. So let me explain it to you. Okay. Suppose you have a coil. Suppose you have a coil. Yes, it's the same topic. And magnetic field is passing through it. Let me say B is the magnetic field. And let me say this is the axis about which your coil is rotating by omega. Can you tell me the flux through? the coil. Area of the coil is A. Can you tell me the flux through the coil? It is simply B dot A. Am I correct? So flux will be B into A into cos theta, where theta is the angle between area vector and magnetic field. Now your coil is like this. Look at my hand. The coil is my hand, okay? And magnetic field is going like this into the plane. How will be the area vector? Area vector will be something like this. Am I correct? This pen. This pen will represent the area vector for my hand. So initially magnetic field is like this and area vector is also like this. Let me use a different pen. Okay, now you can see, I think. So this hand is the loop. Magnetic field is going into the screen and this is your area vector. Now if I rotate the pen, if I rotate the coil, will the area vector also rotate? Yes. If you rotate the coil, the area vector will also rotate. I am rotating about this axis. So magnetic field is like this. Magnetic field is fixed like this. Initially area vector is in the direction of magnetic field. But if you rotate, there will be some angle between them. Some angle will be created between them. Can you tell me what angle will be created after time t? It will be simply omega t. Theta is omega t. Something is rotating with omega. How much angle will it cover in t time? It is omega t. So I simply write phi is Ba cos omega t. And EMF generated is d phi by dt. So simply write d by dt of Ba cos omega t. I hope you know how to differentiate cos theta. EMF you are going to get is minus sign is already there. So it will become plus Ba omega sine omega t. And that is our answer. Now, can you see the EMF is changing with respect to time? So a sine curve is formed for it and you get an alternating voltage. You get an alternating voltage. It is changing with time, you can see. So it is called alternating voltage. Is that clear to everyone? So what is the principle of it? Can anyone tell me? What is the principle it is working on? So it simply works on the principle of electromagnetic induction, EMI. Very good. Name of the chapter, electromagnetic induction. How, sir? Okay, so Likita, please try to understand this. If someone is rotating with omega, how much angle will it cover in t time? If this rod is rotating with omega, how much angle will it cover in t time? I hope you have studied circular motion. How much angle will it cover in t time? I am asking you. Omega t. So that is our answer. So final quiz of the day, please everyone answer. The working of AC generator is based on the principle of what? Your time starts now. Please start marking your answer.